Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm Sarah Chatello from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's card is this one using the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set. And we're also going to be using another stamp set here for the sentiment, but we'll get to that in just a minute. First, I just wanted to make a couple of quick announcements. August is Mystery Host Month, so for any order placed in my online store, you get at least one entry into my mystery host drawing. So what that is I will, at the end of the month, pick one person to receive all the awards, and I will be randomly picking it. So you place a $50 order, you get 2 entries, and a $100 order gets you 3 entries. And also, I have my hosts ordering specials for the month using that same host code. So with a $50 purchase, you also get the color and contour tutorials, and a $100 purchase gets you the Fresh Freesia Stampin' Blends combo pack. And you also get Celebration, because Celebration is going on right now. So for every $50 and $100 you spend, you get to pick free items from the Celebration catalog. And if you need a catalog, I will be more than happy to send you one. Just send me a message. I believe there should be a link in the description of this video. If you click on that and fill out the form, I will get that sent out today. And speaking of sending things out today, last week I was giving away the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper, which is this beautiful 2-sided paper, and it's a sampler pack. And the winner of that is Linda Hauser, and I've already contacted her. I will be sending her paper out to her today. And I have a new giveaway. All you have to do is leave a comment on this video. So if you're here watching today, just give me a quick hello, and you will be entered to win a prize that I will tell you about at the end of this video. So let's get started on our card here. So like I said, we're using the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set, and I did this one on shimmer paper with a blending brush. I used Fresh Freesia and Flirty Flamingo. And I don't know that you can see the shimmer, but trust me, it's shimmery. So I'm going to show you a different way to color the butterflies, because I've shown the blends or the blending brushes before, and these are just a couple more samples of the butterflies using the blending brushes. So what I do is I take our blending brushes and I do the Flirty Flamingo in the middle and then go in with Fresh Freesia on the outside. So that's all that is for these ones, but I'm going to show you a different way to color, and I've actually not tried this way yet, so we're going to see how it turns out together. So I have my Memento ink pad, and there's the host code there to get all of those specials that are going on right now. And I'm going to grab the ginormous F block, because this is all one big stamp. And it is a cling stamp set, so it's sticky and will stick perfectly to that block. And then I will ink it up. And this is the easier way to do it. You don't really want to take your stamp and put it onto the ink pad, because you're not going to get even coverage. It gets kind of heavy this way. So I just take my stamp and lightly take my ink pad, sorry, and lightly stamp it over the stamp. Just making sure I get all the butterflies. And then I usually stand up to do this just to make sure I get nice even coverage. And then I just kind of push, trying not to move the block. And there are our butterflies. And this is just a scrap piece of basic white, but it's cut 5 1/4 long, just so I knew I'd have enough room there for all the butterflies. I'm going to clean my stamp quickly with my Stampin' Scrub and Mist. It's easier if I just put it down. So this is a humongous stamp. Hello, Lori. So glad you could join me today. So there, our stamp is all clean. Now let's color these butterflies. Now I'm not going to color them all because I'm not going to use them all. As you saw on the card, I only used one of the butterflies, so we're just going to color the one, and I can use the rest for another project. So I'm going to use, I think either this one or this one. So I have the Highland Heather. I decided to go with Highland Heather combo pack of blends and the polished pink for this one. So I'm going to start with the lightest color and go in the middle and kind of bring it out. I like to start with the lightest color first because it's a lot easier to make it darker than it is to lighten it back up. I'm just kind of going all over. And we'll see how this looks and if I like it. And if not, I'll just color another butterfly. And then I'm going to go in with the light Highland Heather. Hello, Wendy. So she loves these butterflies. So do I. I love butterflies. So every time Stampin' Up! Comes out with butterflies, I tend to buy them. And I feel like I haven't used this butterfly set quite enough. And since we are talking about all occasion cards this week, this one doesn't have a sentiment. So I thought it would be perfect for that. Like I said, I'm just kind of randomly coloring it. No real, oops, I went outside the lines. That's okay. No real trick or technique here, just coloring where I want color. And I'm going to go in with the dark polished pink and kind of just blend those two colors together there. And then go over some of the shaded parts with the dark. And this is just how I color. Like I said, there is no right or wrong way to do it. I'm going to go in with the dark Highland Heather and just get the outsides here. And like some of the shaded parts. All right, and then I'm going to go back in with the light polished pink. Oops, wrong side. There are two sides to these. There's a pen tip side and a brush tip side. I like to use the brush tip side. And then we're just going to kind of blend in that dark polished pink and just kind of go over the body and everything again and make sure I didn't miss any spots. And right now this looks a little bit harsh, but these are alcohol markers. So when it dries, I feel like it all kind of comes together. And I'm going in again with the light Highland Heather and just going over that part a little bit. And I went outside the lines, and you know what? I'm okay with that because we're die cutting this guy out, so it's fine. That's what I like about stamping. Nobody knows what it's supposed to look like, so I like that. I think it's very vibrant, and I'll show you the difference here. So this one was done just with the blending brush. It's very subtle, very light. And then if I can pick it up, this guy was done with the blends. So it's a lot more vibrant. So now we're going to get out the butterfly or brilliant wings, not butterfly, but brilliant wings dies. And these dies are really cool. So there's a bunch that cut out just the butterflies. So I could take him, put it on, well, it doesn't fit that one, it fits that one, but you could put it on colored cardstock and get really pretty butterflies from it. And there's another one here. And there's little bricks, there's a little basket weave pattern, and a couple of splatters, and little random butterflies. We're going to take this guy, and it fits right over it, and cuts out all 6 butterflies at once. So that's what we're going to do. Grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The number 1, 2, and 3 platforms. It's a kind of, I'm going to flip that one over though, because they're getting a little bit warped, which happens. If you flip your cutting plates though, I find like every time you use them, they don't get quite as warped. And they do have replacement cutting plates. I've had this machine, I think, since like February or March, so it might be time to replace my cutting plates because I use this quite a bit. I want to make sure it's lined up how I want it. And oops, bumping the camera. I might use a bit of washi tape just to hold this in place. I don't want it moving on me. I just have a piece of washi tape. I'm not really too concerned with the other butterflies, but I want my one. Okay, that should work. And then I'm just going to run it through. And then before I put this away, I'm going to keep my platform out. And I'm going to grab the Greenery embossing folders. This comes with 2 folders. And we're going to be using this guy here. And I have a piece of fresh freesia cardstock. Can't pick anything up today. That measures 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. And we're going to be embossing that. So I need this is not a 3D embossing folder, so I need a cutting plate. And then I'm going to put my cardstock piece in, about like that. Seam side first, and then the second cutting plate. I'm just going to run that through. I'll get my machine out of the way. I'll show you what that embossing folder did. So we have little leaves and kind of berries there. And then grab my butterfly. So like I said, they all got cut out. And it was a little bit crooked, so those are a little off. But it's okay, I can still use them. I hardly ever throw things like that away. And it's a big monarch butterfly. I still have 5 that I can use on another project. That's what I like about this cutting everything out all at once. Oops, I'm still stuck to the washi tape. So then, when I get some room here, I'll bring in my other elements to my card. So I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I've already die cut out one of the largest labels from that. And we're going to use the Best Chapter photopolymer stamp set. This has a ton of sentiment, so I think it goes perfectly with that butterfly stamp set because it has none, and this is all this has. So I'm going to use the You Are Strong, Brilliant, and Beautiful stamp and a D block. And then I think I'm going to go with Flirty Flamingo this time. I went with Fresh Freesia on the other card. But this time I think I want Flirty Flamingo, which is here. And I'm just going to lightly ink that up and try to center my sentiment there. There. So that's pretty much it for the stamping. This is a pretty easy stamping card. And then I have my Fresh Freesia base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to take my bone folder and burnish that edge. And then I have a layer of Flirty Flamingo, which is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have a basic white piece, which is 3 3/4 by 2, and that's going to go there. And this is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, and that's going to go there. And I just always like to lay out how my card's going to look before I set it down, before I glue everything down. And then I also have some of the a 1/4-inch gold metallic flirty flamingo ribbon. I can find the end of it. There it is. And then the way I measure it is I just kind of lay it across, snip it. And so now we're ready to start putting things together. Move some stuff out of the way so I have room to work. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my panels here onto my Flirty Flamingo base. I'm going to get my Stampin' Seal. And then the Fresh Freesia panel. And all I'm doing is just kind of eyeballing where it should go. And there is going to be a little bit of a gap there. That was on purpose. I'm going to flip this over and just take a little bit of seal. Stick my ribbon to it. Wrap it around. I'm not going to torture you guys with watching me tie a bow today. So now I can put this onto my card base. And then I'm going to get a few dimensionals for the rest of our pieces. So I grabbed 3 there. I think I'm going to put 5 on this one and then 1 on the butterfly, or 2 on the butterfly. But I'm only going to put them on one side of it because if you look on this one, I kind of wanted that flap up a little so it kind of looks like he's floating. And stick that in the center of that Fresh Freesia piece. And then stick him there. And see, it kind of looks like he's floating. And then to finish this, first we have to put our inside piece in. And then I'm going to be using a few of the Pastel Pearls that carried over from the January to June mini catalog. There's our inside. And these are the Pastel Pearls. So there are 4 colors here. Petal Pink, Highland Heather, Balmy Blue, and Gorgeous Grape, I think. Check your catalog. I'm not sure, but I'm going to go with the Highland Heather ones because they look the closest to the Fresh Freesia. And I'm just going to take 3 and try to get them lined up and even. There. And that is our card. I'll bring back in the other one to show you. So this is the one that was done with the blending brush, and this is the one that was done with Stampin' Blends. And I think they're both pretty. I just like I really like this one better. I think it's more vibrant. The butterfly stands out more, but I do like this guy too. So let me know which one's your favorite, and I hope you enjoyed my card today. And oh, before I go, if you'd like to be entered to win, I am giving away the Hand Pen Designer Series paper next week on my Facebook Live. So this is what this looks like. And it's beautiful 2-sided paper. So if you would like to be entered to win that, just please leave a comment on this video. Just say hello or leave me an emoji, whatever you want to say. And I will draw a winner for that next week. I will also be live in my VIP group on Sunday with another card. So if you'd like to see that, please join my VIP group. And until next time, have a great weekend, guys.